separation.
Going
That's
live,
as
going
much as can
live, going.
fit in
I'm
the
live.
Right, that's less flour that's in.
Okay. Do the chin. Go like this. There we go. We're gonna go live again. Just want to have a chit chat with everybody as my dog's freaking out over whatever's going on upstairs. I don't know, but I've had the bill of her. Had the bill of her. So, but I wanted to come on here and chit chat with you as we are coming into a full moon. This had a chunky piece on it. I didn't know. Had a chunky on your. There you go. There we go. There we go. Got the lippy on, ready to go. Just wanted to come on here and just wanted to chit chat with you guys. I got lipstick everywhere. Do it before you get on, Mary. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Mary June Tracy, spiritual love of life coach and astrologer, coming to you with 411. Used to say psychic medium. I'm still that. So for those who know, no. But it's been an odd day temperature wise. I mean, it's started to rain and then it stopped raining. Stampede is crazy. Olivia wanted to go down and Mateus said no. He said no. He was not having. He does not like crowds. That child does not like crowds. So if it's busy, he'd be like, no. Why are we walking? Why are we going? It's too long. Where can I sit down? I want to go home. Just drop me off at Mama and Papa's if you want to go. That's just way. He's the kind of kid who, let's go to the beach. Cool. Go to the beach. We have a place. We have food. We have drinks, everything. He could just chill there. He could still do what he wants to do, and still go in the water, play, do things like that. And it's funny because his chart is a lot of air and he just loves water. Like he's just like a little water baby. And he's not a typical where Geminis like to get out and chat. But if they get tired of it, they will go in. Aquarius are the real surveying, making sure that they have their entourage with them, their inner group or whoever they're going with. And that's their movement. They're not real homebody, but they don't like to go out if they don't. I don't know, it's just weird. Libras are just another weird one, but they are one of the social signs. They're not a recluse sign. So for him, he's like kind of has the reclusiveness with him. So I know his first house, he does have an Aquarius rising, but he does have part of his first house in Pisces, which makes it very where first house Pisces is like, okay, maybe I don't want to go out and see everybody. Maybe I want to hide a bit. I don't want to be with everybody, kind of thing. So it's kind of funny. Anyways, just a 411 for everybody. My moon readings, I'm not doing who's ever like people who've signed up for the moon readings are basically signed up at the beginning of the year. I've done one or two odd ones throughout the year. I know it's only July. We're halfway through. Come on, people, halfway through the year. I mean, they're going to be starting to put Halloween stuff out. A lot of places have put Halloween stuff out. So, get with the formula. Anyways, and I've had a few people that have signed up and joined and have signed up for the rest of the year. So my moon readings for the year are sold out. Like I'm not taking on any more moon readings for the year. So who's ever signed up, and the other reason is that they do take a long time for me to do. The way I'm doing it, especially now, is that I'm getting everything written out for each person and getting it put together and adding crystals, more, information for them. So I'm doing that. And then I have a recording that I do for them as well. So the recording is anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes, thereabouts, right? Depending on, I can give you a lot of information in 5 minutes, trust me. So they're done. And it's one of those things that I had to go through and put, because I usually advertise it every, like, oh, the new moon's coming, get your reading, blah, blah, blah. But it got to a point where it's like, no, just focus on what you have, and then that's it. So those are people who've already they've signed up, they're a part of it, and usually I will re-advertise at the end of the year, and I'll have a special if you are wanting to sign up for the full year. So, and that's for the moon readings. And so that'll be probably coming in November. And I will have a special for people to sign up. There's usually payment plans for them, because each reading, you get 2 readings a month on average. That's $100. And I do a really good, uh, what do you call it? Package for people, so that they can sign up for the package. The other thing is the Sacred Summer Series, people are there. I have, that the Sacred Summer Series is full. So that's the other thing. I have, lots of people who have signed up, and it is a beautiful, beautiful group of people who have signed up, and so my attention can just be on them, and that's it. Now, I do have another series that's gonna be coming out in the fall, so I do have my fall series that's gonna be coming out for September, October, November, and it is somewhat self-directed, but you do get, I do send out videos for you. This one, they got bonuses on rituals, to do a 3-day ritual, especially with the full moon, because the third ritual, if you didn't notice, was for the full moon. It was on the full moon day. So you get the three, you get little bonus packages through it as we are going through the Sacred Summer Series. So you guys are going to get more. So my attention can be more on that, for that. And then I'm going to be asking, um, for testimonials, to see if there's any testimonials from people on how they like it. I want, like, I of course I want positive testimonials, but I also want, people to let me know what more do they want in the series. Hey, Lexi. So, what more do you want in the series? If you want more information written out, or do you like it the way it is? Because I have it in a nice little sort of format right now, but I can, there's always tweaks to be made. So there will be the September, October, November series coming out. And if you are wanting, to be in that series, it's going to be $100. I'm just going to let people know now, because I'm going to do a launch for it in August. And in that launch in August, and let people know. So it's going to be $100. And I think that's really good for 3 months. You get 3 months of each month has its own booklet. And you get, bi-weekly, we get together, there's meditations I send out for you, and you get the written form of the meditation so you can do it on your own. Charlene is already saying yes. And so there are, if you want to, there's going to be payment plans for that. It's $100, but I know sometimes $100 is like $1,000,000. I get it. I trust me, I get it more. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So, for that, and then I have a cap of how many people I want in it, and then once that's done, it's done, and then that series is done, and then we'll have a winter series that's going to take us into January, and of course we're going to be, going through, having new ones every time. So there's going to be some new ones that are coming up at all the time. So we have that's coming out. And the thing is that what's beautiful about it being self-directed, it is awesome. Is because of not only of the energies that are coming into Gaia at this time, but it's also where I'm bringing in my crone wisdom and information about crone wisdom. So on that too, in September, is not only I'm going to have the fall series, but I am going to be doing an 8-week workshop. Now, this workshop is going to be on the crone wisdom. This workshop is like, we are going to be going through how, like, crone wisdom, my brain goes blank, right? How the planetary astrologically aligns with the changes within our body, right? So astrologically, so looking at how as you're hitting into about 43, 44, 45, 46, in around that age, you are going into the perimenopause, and that has to do with the Uranus opposition, and then how it hits for the next stage, right? And how you can work with that energy, right? Because we are all going through many different changes within our body, but stepping into that wisdom, and a lot of, I see, this is what I'm noticing what's happening. Okay, Lexi, you said you're into, are you in for the I'm talking about are you in for the fall series, like the September, October, November? If you are, just say yes, and I will put you in. If not, if it's for the Crone Wisdom one, just say Crone Wisdom. I kind of know which one it is, and I'll put your guys' name down. All right, yes and yes. Okay, Charlene's in it all. She's just taking it all up right now. Yes. Okay, so the yes is Mary. Write this down because you're a fucking crone and you can't remember shit. Here we go. So, Crone one sends great as well. When does that start? The Crone one is, let me just give you the proper date. It's going to be starting. Give me my, oh no, there you go. Pulling this up. It's going to be starting in September. And so it'll be starting on September 8th. September 8th is that. Got to write with a nice one. September 8th is the Crone Wisdom. And then you'll be, as soon as you sign up for the fall series, you get the workbook. You'll be getting the workbook just the week before the 1st of September. So, and you get the first workbook with that. And that's $200. So the $200 is for the Crone Wisdom, $100 for the 3-month series, for the fall series. Each has payment plans. You just have to let me know what your payment plan is, what you are needing to do. Okay? So so for Charlene and Lexi, I have you down for the fall series, and then I have the Crone Wisdom. Now, the Crone Wisdom is where I really want people to understand a lot of not only the biological changes, but it's also how we are being propagated. Propagated. Ooh, it sounds kind of like saying, "Ooh, I'm going to Google you." I'm going to Google you, but propagated, meaning that if you look at the advertising that's now being promoted, because as we are looking at the pyramid of each nation, it's being reverted, meaning that there's more older people in the country or in the society than there is younger people. On average, couples, Western couples are going to have 1.5 children. Okay, so now what it used to be, in order to sustain a society, you have to have at least 2.7. We're not anywhere near that anymore. We're not we are not propagating, not we're not propagating, we're not being prolific on having coitus. Added that word in. So perfect. I'll start with the 3 months and I'll think of the Crone one and confirm. I think it may be good for me at the starting of the Crone stage. It is. I just, yeah. We'll just come back because I get off. So the thing is with the Crone Wisdom is like also understanding everything that's coming in. So we are going to be seeing advertising in that and suggestions coming into us more so than you have before. Now, if you look at, there's a lot of chair yoga. You're going to be hearing a lot like chair yoga. Do you have a lot of belly fat? This is what you can do for belly fat. Now, the belly fat, when just a little FYI, when the belly fat comes in, that's estrogen. That's a lot of women get more belly fat. They get more thigh. Their thighs get sort of more get larger. I just got larger all the way around, but that's the estrogen. Now, there is a lovely woman, and I do know where the book is. I can take it out gently, nothing fall. I have everything. So is this the one? No, this isn't the down under one. Of course it's not. Oh, it's down there. But for estrogen, and it's just starting to realize what it is with estrogen and what estrogen is in your body, right? And how many foods can contain estrogen, right? Good estrogen, there's good estrogen, and then there's bad estrogen. But this is what you're going to be noticing. So as a teenager, you were told, when I was a teenager, if anybody remembered, what was her name? She ran it. She was a 10. She was considered a 10. She was a French actress. But anyways, and that was what you had to aspire to, is to be this 10, to be a 10, right? Well, now you're finding that there's a lot of advertisement coming to perimenopause women and menopausal women to look a certain way, to act a certain way. And this is where we have to start understanding that there are certain things that happen within our body that are mother nature. Like mother nature does certain things to our bodies, right? No, not Sophia Loren. Um, I gotta Google. Uh actress, I think 80s. No. She had her hair was in braids. Her hair was braided in little braids, like it was like in little cornrows and stuff like that. Um, Bo Derek. Thank you, Erica. Woohoo! Woohoo! Bo Derek. So Bo was the epitome of when you were younger to be a 10. That was the idea for getting women to look this certain way. I remember watching her and seeing her running along the beach, and this is a perfect 10 and stuff like that. Or for my sister, it was Twiggy. I remember Twiggy's name, but you had to have a certain look, right? And be a certain way. And then of course, you know, came, yeah, she was a 10 for sure. But everything that has been pushed upon us now, as we have had children, or as our body has changed in many different ways, especially with coming into menopause, things start to alter within our bodies. Society, this is where, why the other reason why I'm doing the Crone Wisdom series is to show women that these are natural things that happen within your body. Yes, there are things that we need to do, of course, to continue to help us to strengthen our body, to continue to be healthy in our choices. But there's things like we're used to be able to eat certain foods, right? But you can't eat them now. One of the reasons that a lot of people don't understand is that the flora in your stomach decreases, right? So when your flora decreases, that means that your body's unable to break down a lot of the foods that you used to eat. So that's why it's like you go to either using digestive enzymes, probiotics, and then looking at what are natural digestive enzymes, what are natural probiotics that our bodies can utilize and use, and also coming into what is the good estrogen I can put into my body and what is bad estrogen, right? So if you use certain soy products, it's bad estrogen, right? It causes a lot of, it causes breast cancer and other things um, within the body, and other symptoms when it comes down to your solar plexus and sacral and things like that. So this is what the crone wisdom is going to be. It's going to be 8 weeks. We're going to be meeting very similar to what we did with Journey Club. We're going to be meeting once a week. You're going to be given a weekly booklet, a weekly um mini tiny booklet. And there's going to be questions and information in there for you to either do your own research, and also for you and for questions, right? For you to look at and answer, and then we come back and we discuss that, and then I introduce the second week. I find it's important because we need to really have us women come together and really come together, because we are the wisdom ones. We come from many different ideas and backgrounds and education, and being able to come and share that with others is vital, because then we can pass it on to our daughters, to our younger sisters, to our colleagues, to so many others, right? And I feel like it's very important for us to understand that. And also, we get into things like everything to do about the vagina, everything to do about our sexuality, and sex or no sex, and how that is within our bodies. And sometimes women have huge sex drives, and it causes issues, because then all of a sudden their husbands don't have the sex drive that they have, or vice versa, right? That happens as well. And also understanding how our hormones are definitely changing, and what is decreasing and what's increasing. I mean, how many of us have sat at a light and sort of like, oh, there's a hair, sit there and pick that. Oh, I got to pull that hair out. We get more facial hair. We get, some of us, are going balding. All different things that our body begins to change. So, and going through like the different types of herbs, which are absolutely fabulous for women to take, and places where you can buy the herbs, places where you can um, get herbs and stuff. So there's, yeah, and I'll be citing different books. Suzanne Weed is another one. Dr. Christina is another one that I have read her books too. Absolutely fabulous author. She during the pandemic, she was actually kicked off a lot of platforms and everything. So she's another cool one. So anyway, so that's partially about what my crone wisdom is about. And about having it. And the other thing is like you forget shit. That's the other thing, you forget shit. So I have those two things that are coming out in the fall. What's going to continue, I'm going to be continuing on with my daily meditation. So I've been sending out daily meditations out on my different platforms. They're recorded. I do them daily, and send them out, or daily words of wisdom. So I am definitely, this is going to be continually on with that as well. The other thing is another type of reading that I am introducing is the solar arc feminine reading, with the feminine divine, and using Mary Magdalene, and bringing in that energy of Mary Magdalene. I find her energy is very beautiful. It's very soft. It's soft and strong at the same time. And she does have an asteroid that has been named after her, and seeing where it lands in people's chart is just blowing the fuck up. I mean, I did a little thing for Charlene the other day. My daughter was asking me all these questions, and I said, "Hey, I'm doing this new type of astrology," because she always wants me to pull cards. I did that too, but I pulled out the reading for her, and where her Magdalene is in her chart, and discussing everything that's going on with her, she was like, holy crap, that's so accurate, mom, and then so helpful. And it really helped her to settle down. She gets really a lot of anxiety and stuff. So doing that really helped her to, take a big breath in, and just start to allowing herself to know that she's on a new road and everything else that's going on within her life. So doing those readings, and I've done them for a few people, and have sent out the information for them. And I've even done one particular for a client who's going through huge issues, and it has to do pertaining to things that are going on within her own family unit, um, and what's going on with her daughter and stuff. And we I said, I'm going to pull your chart. We're going to look through all of this, and then I'm going to get you a bunch of things that you need to be doing, for to aid you through this situation. And in the solar arc, as I'm doing it and looking at her solar arc, I was like, holy shit. I could, it's just like how when I looked at my son's chart and then I looked at my chart, I could see where the mental illness was. And looking at her chart, it like came to me and I was just like, holy crap. This is where this is coming in, this psychic attack coming in. This is where this is happening in your, it's in your chart. So it's this what's happening to your daughter is trying to come in through you and through, because your daughter did some, as young teenage girls do, some dumbass shit. This is coming in and affecting not only you but the whole family, right? So went through and got it all up. I've also, with this reading too, what I really love about it too, it really helped in ways. Now the thing is that of course I can give you the information, I can do the readings. It's how the people take it. Now sometimes they don't take the reading, they don't take it, and then they go off and do their own thing. And I'm like, if you go on this, it's like every reading I do, if you do this, this is what's going to turn out. But if you do it this way, this is going to be a better road for you, this is going to help you. But if you decide, and you continue on, this could bring you a mental breakdown. This is going to bring you where you're going to have more health issues. This is where, this is all of the other things that could go on. So it does show a lot to do with that when we're doing with the solar arc. And the solar arc is where it shows the progressed, it's not the progressed, shows your planets progressing at 1 degree a year. All the planets moved at 1 degree, and that's the solar arc. It's not your sun return, that's a different one. So anyways, so it's showing all of your planets moved within the last 30 years, 60 years, 40 years, and where they are today, right? According to your chart. So that's pretty cool too. And adding in the goddess energy, and the divine goddess energy is just I think it's just adding a little bit more scrumptiousness to the table, and bringing in that divine feminine, because the divine feminine is always under attack in some way. Well, the divine masculine as well, but I find in our society today, the divine feminine is so being attacked. My daughter came in today and she was just like, "Did you know?" FYI, I love it when my kids ask me if I knew, right? So I love it. Did you know? And I'm like, oh, what? What's going, that they're trying to bring Sharia law into Canada? I'm like, really? Where did you hear this? She goes, oh yeah, all her friends are talking about it, and that she heard it on news or on a TikTok. And I went, yeah, they've been trying to do that for the last 40 years. Actually, in trying to bring Sharia law, but they are closer now than ever before in bringing Sharia law into Canada. And this is where in different parts, even in the States, what they've done, that's why they take over neighborhoods, is that they will have their own set of rules in that neighborhood. Doesn't mean it like our law, like the federal law will still be there, right? You still have the federal law, but in their enclosed neighborhoods, this is where things will happen that, oops, she wasn't French. Wasn't she French? Oh, anyways. But oh, sort of okay, reading some. But anyways, how it can take over. Now, if you look at it, how Sharia law really goes against the divine feminine. really goes against that empowerment. And what the divine feminine is, it's not to beat down man. It's not about to beat down the divine masculine. That's not what it's about. It's about allowing for you to step into the softness and the intuition and really trust yourself and trust your body. It's about coming from up here and out there and coming into here and coming into that divine order. And when we're coming into that, then we are able to allow for that divine masculine, because the divine feminine can't move forward without the masculine. It needs the masculine because the masculine is what breaks things through. So when we are working on things, right? When we are working and moodling on information and ideas, it's like we get an inspiration, we get insight. That's fire, that's passion, that's masculine. And we get the ideas. The ideas come in with the air, and that's the swords. So we get that. That's the masculine energy, and we have to sort of moodle that energy over and then have it to give it birth. To have it to have birth, we have to have the feminine energy where we have the water and the earth come in to plant it and make it. But it can't do anything. You can't just have it or just throw it out willy-nilly without having that masculine energy to come in first, right? So bringing in the divine feminine, especially in my readings more so than I've ever done before, is I'm finding it's very important, especially using Mary Magdalene, a woman who has been deemed as a harlot, coming as the low of the lows within society. Yet, truth be told, she wasn't. She was a very smart, intelligent woman. She came from a huge lineage of very powerful spiritual women, and she came from a lineage that goes all the way back to Isis, right? And so she comes from this very powerful lineages of priestesses who've come before her and knowledge. And still, like even today, when we bring her in, she just comes in with this divine love and wanting us to come into the divine love, to come into that divineness and allow ourselves to, when we come in with that divineness, allow for that divine masculine to come forth, to show us, to help us to plant those seeds in order for us to be able to conceive what it is, the truth that we need to be able to um, give birth to. So that's my divine feminine readings with the solar arc. And I find that, well, I have them on sale right now. If anybody's interested, they're on sale for $88. And I'm just going to have that sale on for another week. And then then my prices go back to regular prices. So it's on sale for $88. So I find a lot in this last few days, and especially with this full moon in Capricorn and with Uranus in Gemini, bringing in information for me. Information I never thought I would do. Like it wasn't, I'm always scrambling, it feels, and to cultivate something. But coming in and then really understanding my projector energy, where I'm always working like a generator and a manifest. I'm always working like a generator, generate, generate. And that's not where my energy should be. Coming back into that alignment of the projector and working as a projector, which this is human design, and allowing myself to be able to cultivate what it is that I am wanting to do, right? And as I'm allowing this to come in, this is where I offer per season, a projector's energy. This is like where I bring in, this is what I'm doing this season. I'm not going to do any other things. The moon readings are still going to be there, but I'm this is where I add in the two new series, right? The fall series is like, okay, it's self-directed. You have the booklet, we meet, I send out meditations, and we meet every second week, right? And it's just coming in with this the crone wisdom. We meet weekly for 8 weeks and then it's done, right? I'm not going to have another one after that because we're heading into the winter season. And as we head into the winter season, that is bringing in another change of energies that are coming in. What I know for a fact with the energies that are coming in, um, and we think it's pretty crazy right now, it's where things are sort of, especially with the retrogrades and that, are going to be okay until, like, yeah, they're going to be, yes, loud and crazy and feeling unstable. Yes, there's going to be more things to do with flooding. You're going to find there's going to be a lot of fires and different types of storms and that. Yes, that's going to be happening. We're not having a normal summer at all. And I think I've said that before, that we're not going to, weather wise, we're not going to have a normal summer at all. But the changes that are coming in, and then by mid August, is when we're going to start feeling a huge transition within the energies. That's when things really start to cultivate and start to really get a little bit gnarly as we get into the Virgo season. So, this is where what I teach and what I'm doing now is wanting to help you to prepare so that you stay grounded, that you stay focused with what you are cultivating, with what you are creating, right? And not getting crazily hung up on the Epstein files, right? He's like, oh, there's no Epstein file. I'm sorry, just an FYI, and I'm going to say it again. You're not going to get them, right? I know people are going to push it and push it and push it. And it's like, it's not the files, it's the ranch. You gotta look at the ranch, but hey, everything comes out when it needs to come out. It's all in divine timing. How horrific and horrible and everything else that went on. Things are coming out, things are gonna be being seen in many different ways, and that's all within the divine. And when you are grounded and when you are focusing and you're leading with the heart energy, when you're leading with the heart energy, then you're allowing for that divine energy to come in. And that noise, and that's the whole thing, it's the noise, which is very loud, s- starts to fade away. And that of what you need to hear comes in, right? And this isn't to silence you. This isn't, we no, we definitely don't want anybody silenced. We want people to be able to stand up and speak, but speak from a place that brings forth unity and connection, right? And that's the whole thing. It's like there's so much, um, like even with the floods in Texas, and my heart goes out to everybody out there in Texas. Um, I have clients down there, and I've reached out and they're fine because they weren't near that area, but they said it's pretty horrific. It's worse than the one that happened in North Carolina, and that was like fucking bad in itself with the hurricane that came through there. But this is where, you know sending out positive vibes, sending out prayers, not trying to blame, like, okay, not trying to blame the weather or blame this and blame that one, and it's this person and pointing all the fingers. That's distraction. That's distraction. We want to come back in and say what needs to be done. So this is very much how, when in Haiti, when the hurricane hit Haiti, and or even when the earthquake hit Japan, this is where it comes in, and we have to send our energetic love. You might not be able to send the money. You can't, if you can't fly down there. If you can, you know, cool. Just make sure you know where you're going and who you're going to be working with, so you're just not in the way, kind of thing. This is where coming together and just sending positive vibes, prayers are vital, right? And sending that love vibration out. That's what is needed. And the louder we do it, or the more we do it, and the more we speak about it and sending out that love, the more that vibration gets out there. And that's all part of everything, the teachings. It's all part of the astrology coming in, and getting us to really focus on what is mainly important. what's important in our lives, what's important in the world around you, right? Because a lot of times what you feel is, you get caught up in out there. It distracts you from the truth of where you need to be focusing on, right? So for things that are happening in Texas, send them love. If you can do more, awesome, do it, right? Um, that's the whole thing. It's like there's the amount of craziness that's coming in. And it's just this is where the loudness and the noise is going to be continually on. This isn't just this year. This is where the energies are really ramping up, right? And this is going to be continuing until like 2040 or something like that. So it's going to be continuing on for quite some time. So this is where we have to really, okay, what am I going to be focusing on? I'll be in my 80s. With all of this. But this is where it's like, where do we want to really bring in that focus in our lives and look at our focus? So that's going to be very important. And with this full moon, and I'm going to say this full moon, if you guys want to put your rocks out in the full moon, if you want to put some moon water out tonight, all right, put some moon water out tonight and tomorrow night. Wonderful. This energy is beautiful for that. This energy is really wanting you because it has such an essence to it and a vibration to it, so that you are able to create more of what you want to create. And then if you're doing the moon water, you can drink a little bit of moon water each and every day, and it really helps with any changes that are going on within your body. Because remember, we're all ruled by the moon, right? We are ruled by the moon. Our menstrual cycle is ruled by the moon every 28 and a half days. We have, our cycles change, and they change with the alignment of the moon, right? Where a lot of people have had their periods, I used to have my period always on the new moon or the full moon, right? And then your period starts to change, right? Because you're starting to enter into a different phase within your life and in the world around you. So yeah, that's where the Guru Mama house is right now. And I'm pretty positive on it. Still very makes me nervous with everything, you know. But I feel like it's a positive step forward in going into it, because as I've mentioned before, this of where I'm really going into right now into my life is I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm not one to, oh yeah, I'm gonna take that manager position, and yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm no, my body and energy wouldn't it's not there to do that, and I don't think it'd be a positive thing for the company, whoever hired me, to do that either. So if it maybe 20 years ago, you know and if I was in my 40s, definitely I would have like, yeah, okay, this is going to be a great opportunity, good money, good whatever, to help me out, and help my family out. Fabulous. But that's not I'm not I'm not there anymore. My energy and my soul is this work. And one of the things about being a especially, I'm going to put in like being a projector. So if you don't understand human design, I've explained it before, but there's different energies with human design, where there's manifestors, projectors, and reflectors. And I'm a projector. And so a projector is one, um, when I'm on this path, being a projector in a business it's a completely different path. And it can feel very exhausting, and especially when it seems like everyone else is speeding ahead, and that's the whole thing, is that you feel everybody else is speeding ahead with flashy launches, and it seems like they have full bank accounts. But, here for me, I'm doing the inner and the outer work, and yet it feels like you're still waiting to be seen, to be recognized, to be invited, which is a huge one. So this is where pausing for a second and to name a few of my truths. And the truth number one is, for my energy is not designed to grind. I'm not a grinder. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've tried to do before. I'm not meant to hustle. The constant doing energy isn't natural to me at all, and it does wear me out, and I get sick and all kinds of things. I'm designed to see deeply, to guide wisely, and to share my insights and when recognized. So, and not to chase algorithms. This is where to not to go with trends or follow whatever is the latest thing. This is where my yes does the right things. So what I feel yes to. And doing the right things doesn't always equal instant results. And that's the big one. And understanding with my own energy and with the way I do my business does not create fabulous results. Many of you said to me and have said, "Well, man, Mary, you should be like blah blah blah," and you've done, and very like sometimes I'm like, "Yeah, I agree with you," but that's not where my energy is. If it leads to that, if it leads to the big breakthrough and I'm on the spotlight and everything else, then so be it. But for what I understand within my own chart and where I am, that's not it. I'm here to be that guide. So that's why I always tell people to be careful what you ask, right? And to be invited. So not to just do something and just throw it at people. It's like to show people, and if you want to, fine, come in. I'm not going to push something down somebody's throat, but I will post it and put it out there, let people know, because I have to, let people know. My wisdom is valuable, and but it needs to be positioned to be invited in. And this isn't about doing more for myself, it's about making my presence magnetic. So being out there, speaking to you guys, talking to you, doing this, like it's just like, no, I feel like doing this tonight. Doing these types of things is, I'm coming to you from the heart, and I love doing this, right? I just love it. And sometimes that means slowing down to clarify the offer, and that feels most aligned. So my divine feminine solar arc readings and my sacred series, those are those are what, a project those are projector offerings. Those are something, because they're not crazy flashy, here I am kind of things. They're ones that are coming in with meaningful um insight and wanting to bring you to a place where you are able to guide yourself, right? And that's my biggest thing. I want you to guide yourself. I want you to be your own, shall I say, guru, you know? And money follows differently for projectors, and that's the whole thing. It doesn't come from quick fix funnels or viral reels. It can, but it comes through relationships. Um, the referrals. It comes from being the right energetic room. That's where it comes from. This might mean nurturing a smaller circle, which is what I do. I and For those who come and follow me, to me it's a warmer circle. It's more one that's more inviting and more loving, and it's creating what is, I guess, being called the evergreen offering, that that works with me and allows me to do what I do and still rest, right? So this is really a growth opportunity, and I feel I'm taking you along for the ride if you want to come, if that's where you want to be. If not, that's perfectly fine as well too, because we all have our own special little journeys that we're on, and we're cultivating and creating. Everywhere I've gone has always been where um where I've gone to do readings in different businesses has been very unique because it isn't where I've grown huge clienteles and huge client lists, right? It's where I have gathered one or two very beautiful people who I have created a bond with and have grown with, and they have come into my life in many different ways. This is where I find it very very interesting, even if in my work experience too, where when I have worked at different muggle jobs that I have cultivated, maybe one or two close relationships within it, and they have carried on in different formats, or they've come back to me in different ways, either for a reading, for insight, or what have you. So I find that the people that have come to me in many different ways are part of my family, and being a part of my family is a part of my growth, and fostering these beautiful relationships that have come to me in many different ways, and I love it. I love it, right? And um, it's not saying that every single one of you will take all of my classes or sign up for everything, but you show up. You show up to when I do these videos, and I love it because that's positive energy. It's what when I'm doing these live video logs. It's inspiring. It's it helps me to create even more, right? And it's not just something that's just coming off the cuff. So I thank you very much for all and your inspiration that you give me in what I do. So there you guys go. I just wanted to come in and let you know. And I will put it out there. If you guys are wanting to buy me a coffee, definitely you can buy me a coffee. That'd be absolutely fabulous. Um, I've put it up on my Facebook page, or if you and my Instagram, or if you are wanting to join any of these offerings that I'm doing, just let me know. The fall series offering or the Crone Wisdom workshop, which will be 8 weeks, or if you want to do them both. So there you go. Anyways, I'm going to send you guys off. So much love. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming in tonight. And I'm going to send you guys off with so much love. It's been a wonderful, wonderful feeling just to be here with you all tonight. And I'm going to thank you. And definitely get out in this energy, even though you may not be able to see the moon. It might be cloudy or rainy where you are. That energy of the moon and the vibration of this moon is very grounding. This is I feel like this is like one of the best moons so far, energetically, and getting you to really put down and solidify the ideas. It's Capricorn, man. Capricorns don't fuck around. It's the way we're doing it. Don't be late. It's Capricorn. It's got to be this way. What do you mean you're going to be 5 minutes late? You should have been 10 minutes early. So there you go. Have a blessed one, everyone. And may the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all you say and all you be and all you do. Have a blessed one. Thank you so much for being a part of my community. Bye-bye. Good night.